All right, this begins our entries into X guard, okay? So we're gonna be looking at multiple places or positions to enter to X guard. This entry, we're gonna start from the butterfly guard, okay? So let's take a look at the butterfly guard. So one thing that we're gonna be doing to enter into the butterfly guard, right, is let's just say I'm playing, I could be playing here for the butterfly guard, or two, he can be down on top of me, okay? So if we start from a bad position like this, the first thing I'm gonna wanna do is gonna give him a little pull, and I'm gonna wanna sit him up. Now, from here, I'm gonna come in for a double underhook, just like this, and my intention is to pull him forward to get him to post his hands over my head, and then lift his legs to where he's gonna wanna stand up, okay? So if I pull him forward and I get him to lift and he stands just like this. Now, from here, I have a foot, a hand, and a hand. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this hand over here and I'm gonna cross it over to here, just like this. I'm gonna take this hand into this quadrant. And then I'm gonna pull and kick right to here and get into my first entry to the X, just like that. Okay, so I got my basic, what we call underhook X. Now when I get to the underhook X, I'm gonna pull this guy all the way up and keep bumping him until I'm capturing the knee, just like this. I have my foot on the back of his knee and on his hip, just like that, okay? So let's take a look at that again. So we'll do it from this angle now. So I'm here, just like this. I kind of pull him forward and kick him back. I come double underhooks. Now I'm gonna pull him up, lift, get him to post. Now you see my hands? From here, if you can pop up for a second so you can see. My hands are here. I'm gonna take this hand inside the hole, and I'm gonna take this hand, I'm gonna start pushing him. I'm gonna put this foot behind his knee, give him a little stretch so I can insert this hook, and then I get right to position. Now I wanna lock this position. I have pressure this way, pressure that way, holding pressure just like this. This hand then will be ready to attack. It will be ready to attack a sleeve, another sleeve, or a potential ankle. I can grab the collar, okay? So this is gonna be one of our first entries. Let's do it one more time, full speed. Here, let's just say we start from right here. I'm just gonna grab, scoot my butt in, and lift. Bah! I start to turn, and I get right to here, and I establish my position, just like that. Okay, so this will be our butterfly guard entry. Our next entry we're going to look at, we're going to take a step back from the butterfly guard, and we're going to look at the mount. Okay, so from the mount, I have a couple options. We're going to look at our escapes. So if he's on the mount just like this, okay, he's sitting up. One escape that can be done is I put my elbows on the mat, I palm both of his hips. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give him a knee, just like this. I'm gonna knee him forward till his hands rest, or till his hips rest onto my hands. Then from here, with this knee, I'm gonna give him, or this foot, I'm gonna give him a bump. Okay, so I'm gonna give him a bump, and then I'm gonna slide him over this shin. So I gotta get his weight onto his hands. So from here, weight onto the hands, weight onto my hands, I bump, I get right to here. Now, from here, if he drops back down on me, here, I rock, I lift, he stands, I'm gonna get right back into position, okay? Let's go back one more time. Let's do it from here. So we're looking at this mount, all right? Now, if he stands on me, straight from the mount escape, I'll just go to the X. Okay, but if he doesn't, I'll do the re-rock, which is the move that we did prior. So from here, I hit him with the knee, the bump, the lift, right to there. Now if he stays like this, I'll just start, I bring my hand through, I kick my leg out, I rotate in, I scoop my shoulder, I got solid position. Now I'm ready to attack, okay? So this is our entry. Let's do it one more time with the re-rock. Okay, so we're here. Stay right here. So onto the mount. Knee bump, lift, up. Here, I kind of like pull him and kick him. Now I rock him and lift underneath all the way into the position. Okay, so that's going to be from the mount to the butterfly guard, to the re-rock, and then lift. Our next entry into it is we're gonna go from side control. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna adjust how we shrimp. Okay, so this is gonna be the big money maker here. Okay, so I'm gonna land just like this. Tony's gonna go right here. I'm gonna be blocking just like this. I'm gonna get my knee connected. Now, when I hit my side bump, I start bringing this knee in. So I go side bump, I bring this knee in, just like I would normally shrimp. This leg here is gonna come in for the hook, okay? So now I'm already in the position. From here, I'm gonna center up, place my butterfly, sit up. I'm already in position. Now I'm gonna rock and lift. Rock and lift, boom. Hand goes to the underhook, spin, right into the position, okay? Now, the thing about this is if I could go to the butterfly route and lift, but from the shrimp, if I get that hook in, my feet are actually already placed in the X. So if I can get under him and start to lift him from there, that's the second option as an entry. So watch this. So from here, I'm blocking this bicep. I get this knee in just like this. This foot is already on his hip, okay? If this foot hooks in just like this, and let's say I get stopped, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach over and grab his shoulder, and I'm gonna start pulling him, and this hand's gonna go between his legs. And then I'm just gonna kind of start lifting him up here until I get to position. And then I'm right back into it. Now, he might not go with me. If he does go and I can throw him off and he posts his hand and he starts to lift, I get underneath him and start lifting, because you're gonna be here with this knee, you lift, and then you bring this knee right back under. Okay, so we'll do that one more time so you can see. And remember, the kazushi and the posture break has to be very hard. So I'm here, side bump, shin in, leg. This hand is blocking the shoulder, goes from pushing now to pulling. This hand's gonna go underneath here, and I'm gonna start pulling him and kind of lifting him and driving him. And then I get right into position, okay? And I'm tight and strong, just like that, okay? So if he doesn't go with me, I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna go completely to butterfly guard, and then we'll do the re-rock and lift. So I go here, I'm in, I get the hook. I try to start pulling and lifting. He sits back on me. I recenter up, I come, I grab, I lift, come back underneath, and I'm right back into position. Okay, so that's gonna be from side control. Our next entry is gonna be from the bottom of half guard. Okay, so we're gonna take a look. I'm gonna be here, just like this. I'm gonna have half guard just like this, right? Now, he's kind of got me locked down, all right? So if he's got my upper body from here, a lot of people are gonna start like that. We don't wanna do this because this hinders us. So from here, I might play just like this. And my goal is to take this outside leg and get it hooked in. Now, if you struggle with that, what I want you to start doing is give him a little chop. I'm gonna give him a chop just like this, a little chop, boom. Move my hip back, get my hook, insert it, just like that. Now, from here, I'm gonna start coming in and framing, pull my knee through right to the butterfly guard. We've been here before. Sit up, give him the old rock, and lift, come underneath, right back to position, okay? I'm trying to connect the routes for you guys, all right? So, from here, if you can see, I'm here just like this. He's got me, I give him a little rock, boom, move my hip back, insert my hook. Then from here, bring my hand over and frame, and start bringing my knees in. Right to here, I'm already there. I just sit up, I rock and lift. Rock and lift, shoot right underneath, and then I'm right into the X, okay? So that'll be from half guard. All right, so now we're gonna look at another variation of the butterfly guard, okay? So what we're gonna do on this is we're gonna do an arm drag, okay? The arm drag is hopefully gonna create a kazushi, and it's gonna force a foot post. So if I'm here with Tony, okay, And obviously we did our first one where I get the lift, the rockin' lift. Well, let's say now from here, I start to sit up on him, right? I sit up and I'm gonna, let's say he like posts on me, like pushes my shoulders. Here, I'm gonna grab, if you can see right here, stay about right there. I'm gonna grab right to here and I'm gonna get a cross grip just like this, okay? Now, as I start to do this, a lot of times this leg will come up. That leg comes up in post because a thing that's gonna happen a lot is he'll use that to post to stop, and for him, he's gonna wanna back step around me. So like back step around me, boom. See, that's how he beats the arm drag, right? So as we're here, and I kind of just get to here just like this, that leg starts to come. Well, if I take this hand over the top, and I maybe just let this hand go and he pulls his arm out, so pull your arm out, boom, I start to slide this leg in, and I start to scoop this, and I start to lift him, and then I'm right into position for the X guard again, okay? So, and the majority of the X guards that we're doing for this series is going to be X guard from standing. We'll also be doing an X guard for on the knees, but for now, the goal is to get the lift, okay? So from here, let's look at from this position. If we're here just like this, I come out, I get my cross grip, I start to pull, and then from here, as he feels the bait to pull his arm out, right? Or two, a lot of times I'll take this hand right here and I'll just capture his leg. So he can't backstep, try to backstep. I don't let him. But now he pops his head up. Oh, that's cool. So I just pull his leg up, scoop. Now from here, now see how he's on his knee? This is just the lower version. I bring my X in, okay? If I start to teeter him, he might jump up onto his leg, just like that, which is fine. Then I bring him back and then I'll start capturing stuff. And then we'll go into our sweeps. But this is a variation to get to the X guard, okay? So now let's look at another half guard entry. So we're gonna be going from like a knee shield, okay? So this is super basic, okay? As we get to here just like this, the knee shield, okay? So I'm playing the knee shield. Now what's happening is I'm trying to tap him this way, pull him this way, get the X choke. I'm trying to get underneath him if I was playing a knee shield game. But let's say I just can't make it work. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of give him a punch to get him to post his hand. Boom, and I just drop this hook. Then from here, I'm establishing my butterfly. I start pulling, I sit up, boom. From here, we do the old rocket lift, come right into position, and then we're into our attacking game, okay? So, it can be done pretty much, the whole point to all this is following the routes. The majority of your entries in the beginning, if they're low, you have to get to the butterfly to lift them. If they're already standing, we can just go right to it. So one more time on this knee shield. I'm here, I'm playing, you know, I'm doing whatever I gotta do. The thing is I just don't wanna go for it from right here and try to put my hook in. He'll smash my leg. So I gotta get his weight off of this knee so I can move it. So the best thing to do is either grab his gi from the bottom or here, and I kind of pull his knee and give him a little punch. Just like that, see right there. And this bottom leg is given like a hamstring curl. That feeds that hook. Then from there, I already have my hand and collar. I pull him back, I sit up, I rock and lift, boom, and I'm right back into position, okay? So that'll be our knee shield entry. Now, the next set of entries we're gonna do are gonna be from standing, okay? So we're gonna start with the most basic one. So if Tony's standing up on me, and let's say my feet are in his hips, okay? And I got just some basic sleeves. So we're gonna start just like this, all right? So my first one, I'm gonna cross grab, just like that. I'm gonna drop my hook, just like that. I'm gonna place my foot onto the ground, and then this hand is gonna go behind, underneath and behind his leg. I'm gonna come around and hook. As this happens, I'm gonna bump, pull, and kick him over So as I get to here, I'm going to pull and kick. That's my off balance. I slide it up, cup, weave my foot, and now I'm in position, and I have what we call a near grip. Let's go back. Do it from here. Do it from all positions. Just like this. Boom. One. Cross grip. Drop the hook. Turn. Bump and kick. Slide it up. Into position. Just like that. Okay? So, let's stay on this topic for a second. Does it have to be a cross grip? No. Can it be a collar grip? Yes. Can it be a same side grip? Yes. So, just to be clear, here, if he's standing on me and I have one sleeve grip and a collar grip, all I need is this collar grip. So from here, I'm going to do the same pull. I'm going to let this hand go because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to come down, grab underneath his leg, drop the hook, pull and kick. He posts both hands and I slide back up. Now from here, see my collar grip? I can just slide down and get that grip just like that. Okay? So can it be done from there? Yes. All right? How about this? Something happens and I'm just like this. And I'm trying to get this, but he rips this away. That's fine. I'll drop a hook. I'll come over and I'll start grabbing this leg, getting the underneath hook, drop the second hook, give him a little pull, slide him up. Now, I have a far grip. This starts to set up the sweeps, okay? Because I have a grip now, because there's a post away. So if I just give him a little kickaroo, we're into a sweep. We're not talking about sweeps, just talking about entries. But the point is from feet on the hips, square, same side sleeve, cross sleeve, collar sleeve. Honestly, last one, if this has to happen, it's not a big deal. I've hit it before. If we're here like this, and I'm like this, and I miss, or let's say he stands up on, I just grab his belt. Boom, I'm right to here. Bop. I'll get to there. If he's got the belt, anything I can grab, okay? It doesn't matter, all right? So that's a basic entry with a couple set grips. This next one's from standing. We're gonna go from the sub position. We kind of covered it in the last video, but I just want to be clear and just call it what it is. You know, if we're looking at, you know, the tripod position, for the tripod sweep, that is a basic entry to get to the X. So I'm just gonna kind of quickly show the position. We're here. Previous to the last video, I could do this grip, this grip, this grip. If this whole D lapel is out, I could use that. But let's just start from here. I got the cross grip, I got the hook, and I got the hip, okay? So if I just kind of lift up and pull his leg out, that's the tripod sweep, okay? But from this position, and this is a great way to start teaching it, from here is I'm just like this. I come through and grab, foot's to the ground, give him a bump and pull, get the post, get him centered back up, and now I'm in position. So like I said, with the last video, I kind of beat a dead horse with the just feet on the hips, starting feet on the hips. But if you're already in the tripod position or the hip and hook position, you can just go right to it because you'll have to establish the hook to pull him, okay? So I just wanted to cover that one really quick. All right, now we're gonna get back into another standing one. So now let's look at the entangled arm, or what we refer, I'm sorry, not the entangled arm, the lasso. So if we're here like this, okay, and I'm sleeving him, boom, I got my hips up, and let's say I start to turn to my side and I straighten this arm. If I straighten this arm, instead of coming around his back, I just come down the center, just like that, okay? Now, as I come down the center here, this restricts his shoulder to move, right? So now all I'm gonna do is drop my foot, okay? And I'm gonna kick this leg through and kind of give him a little bump, and I'm attacking on the inside of this. So as I kind of pull him forward, right? I pull him forward and I sit up, I'm gonna capture this leg. I'm gonna hump underneath, and I'm still gonna get my leg through. And now I'm set up for a lasso X guard position. Now the sweep is brilliant here because it's already there, it's done, okay? So all I have to do is just give him a stretch. But it can be entered from the lasso. So let's do it from right here. you're gonna have to hump them all the way in. So I get in here just like this, I get this entanglement. Now from here, what you can do is just take this foot that's on the hip, put it behind his butt, and just give him a little pull until you get in. This one has got so much pressure, he could just fall super simple. Just by giving this little Shin in here, just give him a little tap and he falls. And that's kind of a hard fall because he can't pull his hand to repost, okay? So the lasso to X guard entry. All right, now we're gonna get into another one from standing. So we're gonna look at just the daily Hiva, okay? So if I'm on my back, just like this, and I'm here, and I have the sleeve grips, and I've already established my daily Hiva, just like this, okay? So now, there's a couple ways to enter into the X guard from here, okay? So if I kind of give him a little pull, here I give him a little pull, and I stretch that leg right to there. Then from here, I'm gonna reach down with this hand and come on the inside. I'm not coming around and hooking the heel. I'm coming on the inside, all right? So if we circle just a little bit, okay? Here, I'm coming on the inside right to here. Now I got that stretch. This leg's gonna now weave out, and I'm going to here hook behind his knee, and I'm gonna give him a little pull with a bump. Boom, and then from here, I weave in, sit up for a second so they can see, boom, and then I'm kind of stretched right into position, okay? So we gotta get this stretch off balancing this to get them to go, okay? So from here, as I've established, boom, I give him a little pull and a kick, I grab his heel, and then two, even here, just kind of weaving this leg in right here, and I'm gonna kind of pull myself underneath him. So as I do that, I'm coming underneath, I kind of pull myself underneath him, and I get my hook, and I reestablish. And now we're right into the X, okay? You're gonna have to do a little wiggly room, right? Now, from here, a second idea is as I go to this, like this, all right? As he turns his knee and flares it, that hook pops off. Now what I'm gonna do is bring that hook back in. So we were here, just like that. He turns his knee, I bring that hook in, I get my cross grip, just like that. Now I'm gonna drop this foot to here and sit up and capture him, and now I have it on the other side, okay? So that's a secondary entry from the other side. So from daily Hiva, you can enter X from both sides. Honestly, you should be able to enter X from both sides on all of them. All right, so now we're gonna look at the reverse daily Hiva entry, okay? So how this is gonna work is from here, as I start to get into this reverse daily Hiva, I'm already here. So let's just say my leg is here just like this. This hand is here just like that. Or I'm holding. So posture up for a second. So see, this is my base position. All right? So now the best way to go is a lot of times they want to clear this top leg. So he wants to clear that. So if I feel him touching my foot or trying to push my foot, I bring it in. Just like this. All I'm going to do now is just start centering up, grabbing, kind of lifting, and then setting up my position to get into the X, okay? Whoop. I feel like you guys should be pretty good at this by now, okay? So by playing, and two, how did I get to reverse daily Hiva? Well, it's probably in daily Hiva, because if he turns his knee like that, I bring this foot up and I start to capture, and I'm here hugging, okay? If he steps into me, I bring this leg, oh, I'll capture that guy, pull, lift, stretch, and I'm in position, just like that, okay? So that's gonna be a reverse daily Hiva entry. All right, we got one more entry where we're gonna go from a sitting guard to versus a standing guard. So from here, Tony's standing, okay? And now, for some knucklehead reason, he could either step in between my legs, that's one, go back, or if I sit up to him, I wanna sit up and I always want my feet inside. So I'm gonna sit up and come on the inside, and I'm gonna pick a leg. And when I get this leg right to here, I'm gonna take that leg, right? Because if he does nothing from here, I'm gonna kick both of his legs out and push him back. And then moves, right? So a lot of times, when you scoot up to somebody and their feet are square, they take a step back. So if I come up here like this, boom, he steps back. Now a lot of times they're gonna grab the back of your collar, grab your sleeve, they're gonna drive their knee to your chest, and they're gonna try and drive you down like this. Okay, so that's what I anticipate. Well, I'm going there too. I'm just gonna go faster than him. Okay, so he squares up. By the time I kind of come in and hook, boom, I start touching hips. Oh, great. Now here, I'm immediately going for this leg, right here. And I'm gonna roll in. I got my foot, we're called shin to shin right here. As I roll in, I'm gonna lift him up. I roll into my back, I start to lift, and I come right into position. And you see, man, I got good posture, because right now, all of his weight's on his hands. Here, I can just start coming up, boom, snap him down right into a lock, and start kicking his butt, okay? So let's take a look at this roll under one more time. Shin to shin. Do it from here. So as I come in and start attacking, bang, boom, start to roll and lift. Sorry, boom, just like that, okay? And then I'm right back into position, right? So that's our shin to shin entry.